Why hello there fellow explorers, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Odyssey Grav Runners. Episode 39, Arriving at the Wrong Biome. There we go. Man, I had a pack of fennec foxes. Alright. 91 fennec foxes. I think that's a pretty good excuse to be like, yeah, I'm done here. We'll go to the next tile. So current priority is find obsidian and steel. Or really not find it, but mine it. Was that the only one with deposits? Wild psychoid. Strawberries again? Okay, yep, just here. So, obsidian is a new material that Odyssey introduces that can be found in the lava fields. And it has pretty similar properties as far as weapons go to plasteel. So we'll get some and I'll show you. So I was saying before, it is pretty, but it is fragile, but it is also very sharp. And there is lots of it here exposed on the surface. So there's a whole cluster of it over here. Perfect. So I want to be landing somewhere near obsidian and steel because I need both. Oh, there's also uranium here. Oh, most excellent. So there's, let's mark it down so I can see it easier. So there's uranium there, obsidian there. Components, well, where's some steel? There's steel here. Let's see. If I landed here, we're kind of equidistant between the three nodes. That will work. Is there an ancient danger? I'll look around. I wasn't really looking for that, but possibly. Thruster breakdown. 3 of my engines went poof. Okay. Checking for other ores. Just uranium. Okay. I need jade. No. And then I'm virtually out of compacted, out of components, so hitting all the compacted machinery would be wise. So, obsidian. Sharp damage, 140%. Melee cooldown, 100%. Beauty, 200%. But, the big one is it's... So, like, offsets for beauty. It can make really beautiful things that can also be sharp, but its max hit points are halved. So the max hit points halved is the big one, where you don't want to make it into fragile things. So for instance, whenever you have a small crash, like obsidian shelves at like 38 hit points or whatever half of 78 will be, like 39, will just break. So do not make obsidian shelves, for instance. So it's a really interesting material, but like you shouldn't necessarily use it for everything. So it makes for really beautiful things, but and really sharp things, but also really fragile things. Oh, visitors. So I will try to make... Oh, you know what? I'm going to need a long blade. So one of the reasons why I wanted to get it is to get longswords made of obsidian. So obsidian, legendary level obsidian longswords, not that we can do that because we don't have an inspiration, are like the strongest weapon, the melee weapons, besides like high tier persona blades that you can get in RimWorld now. They can even pack a better punch than plasteel itself, which is which is honestly nutty, given how easy it is to get obsidian. Because obsidian's, or plasteel's sharps damage is 110. The reason plasteel is really strong is its melee cooldown. So obsidian blades will hit harder, but slower. The thing is, the mean time to kill, like the average amount of time that it takes to kill a pawn, is lower with obsidian weapons because of how damaging they are than plasteel weapons. So plasteel weapons swing faster. So if you want to like incapacitate someone, like a plasteel knife is good because you'll just stab them really fast and avoid lethal damage. But by that token, like jade clubs are even better than that. So it really depends on why you're meleeing a thing. If you're trying to melee a thing because it has high blunt armor, breach axes and uranium-based weapons are still the best. But yeah, obsidian has some really interesting properties as well. Oh, wow, we just found steel here too. So the Aztecs were right all along? Yeah, I guess. And once we have Longblade research, I'll make some obsidian weapons. So this is the final gun. Nice. The final autocannon turret. Are we near? No, we're not. I was wondering if we were near any additional trade people, but not really. I will make 10 obsidian longswords. One of the other reasons why obsidian is so OP is the effort it takes to get like just boatloads of obsidian is almost none at all. The obsidian nodes are much larger than plasteel nodes. So mining out one map tile that has obsidian can net you like 1,000 obsidian, giving you, you know, dozens of chances, or thousands of obsidian, I should say, giving you dozens of chances for like high quality blades. So if you have ideology and you have like human supremacy for the production specialist, you can end up with like just god tier brawlers. Because like here's another massive node of obsidian. I'm not going to mine it all because I don't need blades that badly. I just wanted to demonstrate the possibility of getting some high quality blades. So Klein will get to that in just a moment. Or obsidian art. So as far as it goes, obsidian is a non-airtight. It counts as like stone more than steel, somewhere in between. But it is really weak. So I'll build an obsidian wall here, and you'll see what I mean. Terrible base material. Unless you want to flex. Oh god. So it has a 150 HP, which is like on par with roughly wood. I think wood is like 110. What is wood anyway? I guess it's not flammable, but still. Yeah. No, it's weaker than wood. Wood's 195. Yeah. Doesn't make for a strong base, but a pretty base. And now we're just stocking up turret reload material, steel and uranium, so that if when we fight the Mech Hive, we have plenty of resources to reload our guns. The orange, so this is an orange stone. This is granite, and there's obviously a lava flow right behind it, so it's just glowing due to the lava flow. Well, actually, would it be magma technically? Because it's not on Earth? Whatever. Pedantry aside, it's just the molten stone that is glowing. And I'll mine into it so you can see. Oh, a Mech Hive. Landing up there. Oh, gross. Super gross. I mean, I could fight them, but why bother? I've gotten everything I want out of the map tile anyway, minus like a little bit of components. So forget that. Get ready to launch. I could easily, like, slug them, but I'd rather just conserve the munitions. So, next hop I'm gonna make... I would like to start working my way down to the Mech Hive. So, the start of the next stream, we're ready for that. As far as surveying goes, this is the lava worlds. Odyssey, so Odyssey adds in a few mechanics related to lava. So you can get volcanic eruptions, which cover the map tile in ash, which is similar to the volcanic winter. But it's also unpleasant, kind of like a sandstorm. And then the lava themselves can expand. So there's a possibility of the lava flow growing, which is poses a threat to your colony. All right, launch time. So I would like to get to a glow forest. And let's see if there's any interesting modifiers in any of these glow forests nearby. If I'm heading to a glow forest, I'd also, maybe I'll go to these ones up here, so I can possibly trade with this new, the colony up there. So I know I'm heading, like, much further away from the Mech Hive, but I'll turn back after this hop. Because again, we are a server team, we're trying to roleplay as a server team, so it's really the only biome I hadn't checked out yet. Oh, did I just land at Scarlands? Yes, so I did. Well, luckily our cooldown timer is quick, so I guess we're going to Scarlands with increased plant life, which I don't even know what that means. Like, congratulations, there's more cacti. Before we land, I guess I'll try to make the most of this. Are there any known safes? There are not. Okay. Not an ancient danger. There is Jade. Oh, no, this is an ancient danger. So, here we are. To correct my mistake, here we are at an ancient danger to try to help Daedora. Yeah, that's totally 100% why we came here. Our surveyors knew that there was an ancient danger here, and they wanted to try to find heal serum or res serum for Daedora. Spine. Components. Nope. There's no, there's no boxes in there, so I know for a fact that there's no res serum in there. Queek, Fang-Faced Turtle, and Ruin Law. Group up, and we'll do some ruin poking. It's basically, as soon as we can blast off, I want to blast off again. That's a fuel node that's just gonna, like, blow up on my face. These ruins are really unlikely to have anything worth a damn. But I can't help but to check. And I'm sure you guys want me to check. Oh, I didn't check for boghounds. Oh, there are none. Okay. Boghounds would be the only real threat to us. Getting ganked by a bunch of bogs. So Good has inspired trade. Might as well have her go out and talk to these war merchants. Yeah, there's actually more weaponry on this ship than the Pilgrim ship's battle barge. It shows the direction of the weapons. Liara's ship is trying to kill people. This ship is trying to defend itself. Granted, defend itself every direction and with extreme prejudice, but still technically defending itself. Are there ores here? Oh, there is uranium ore. It's right adjacent to the mechs, but the mechs won't bother me as long as we don't go out there. We don't need that. We already have 2 pilots. So once Puig's up, I'll have Puig search the remaining ruins. We did, from our last hop, sort of top up our lack of components. There's not a lot of other components around on this map tile, though. I'm just gonna Puig solo this ruin. Most of them are empty. It's really rare to find hostels like that one. And when we do find hostels, I can just like walk away from it quickly. So there's some chem fuel that I'm ignoring. But yeah, all the ruins are searched. So we look for safe, no search. Sealed, none. Hermetic, none. Yeah, these ruins had nothing. I would say the majority of the ruins I find have like nothing. Well, now that we have a proper hospital, it wouldn't be a bad idea to stockpile medicine and bionic parts on shelves. Also, let's build oxygen and a heater in there. So there's a glow forests down here, and we'll go there. But before we leave, trading with Chesting? Really? That's your city's name? Oh boy. And we've only... Oh, okay, we've not even made a single longsword. Got it. They've been slacking. So loading up the old pods full of the junk we don't want. I'd go so far as to say maybe herbal, like we have so many regular meds, I could only almost start selling the herbal meds. But here, 1 node of obsidian gave us like 1,200 or so obsidian, because some of that is already in the longsword that we queued up. So that's how much you get per node, and any of those obsidian deposit map tiles tend to have many of those exact nodes, so it's pretty plentiful. Alright, Ruinloth, let's go for a little trade run, and then we'll be out of here. We just need to haul the rest of this steel. If we didn't already have a ship animal, there are cats here. I'm almost tempted to switch out the fox for a cat, because if I'm not mistaken, cats have comfort. Yeah. I'm gonna do that. I'll probably release the fox rather than sell it, though. We can have both. Why not both? Speaking of which, maybe buy the architect leg? Puig can be ridiculously fast. He'll be in Puig form. Sorry, not sorry. All right, we almost have enough money for the shock and insanity, but I'll do the insanity instead. And we'll come back to... Oh, actually, we don't need to come back to buy the cat. I'll just buy the cat now. And if we're buying the cat, let's keep one of the catalysts. Okay, that does mean we have our raffle timer up. So, cat, we are going to... Fangface is maybe the de facto owner of the cat, given that he has no mate. Oh, great. Frickin' cat came with the flu. Alright, yep. We have a Typhoid Mary cat. Great. Fangface really ought to have, like, a bigger bedroom. I've come to realize. Be on my list of things to address soon. But alright, little cat. You now have a sentience booster. And that is not your bed. That's Pierogi's bed. Best constructor. Klein, please make this bed. So the cat that we just bought doesn't die of plague. Alright. Training. Train for comfort. So training for comfort is something that you can do now, and comfort training will teach the cat to nuzzle more frequently, so you get like the fuzzy, warm feelings of being nuzzled often. That's the long and short of it. Just updating the vac safe zone, and eventually we'll have Fangface take ownership of said cat. Hey, Treebor, thank you for the resub. Let's give you actual, bona fide medicine. Oh, and a bulk goods trader. Sweet. Well, we could have a dog. Although I'm good with a fox and a cat. I'll keep it at that. Alright, bulk goods. What do you got? So, the other thing is obsidian is worth a whole lot. It's worth even more than Gravlight panels. So it's another really easy way to just hoover up an immense amount of wealth. Hey, there's dye here. Finally. I've been dying for that. Cheers. So with this dye, we can finally color the uranium external walls that have yet to be updated. Two puns in one stream, are you being punished? Of course. I would have it no other way. Oh, I just ruined the dead power, didn't I? Deconstruct. Whole bunch of turrets just turned on. There we go. Just moving some things around to make it... Oh, that doesn't work. There we go. Okay. The green ship is now properly green. If we search uranium Grav Hall, we can see if any of the uranium sections have not been dyed, and as you can see, they're all dyed. All 280 of them. So this is our, pretty much the final form of our ship. We've got lots of spare uranium, plasteel, and steel for any weapon replacements that we might need fighting the mechanoids. And the cat is now named Soulblader. Soulblader. The flu cat. Okay. Is there any reason to stay on this map tile any longer? No, not really. Let's blast. So this will be a very standard glow forest. Not changing with no modifiers, just so that we can survey it. One piece of the conduit is missing up top. I'll check that as soon as we land. So the next task is to... I'll just decide. I want to head to the stockpile that we found on a map. I mean, we are surveyors. We found a location on a map. We might as well see it for ourselves. This is what the glow forest looks like. Glow forests are a vampire sanguiphage's best friend because they are perpetually in darkness due to sulfur spouts that enshroud the forest. So it's darkened skies and it is permanent. The glow forests have boom shrooms. So boom shrooms are glowing mushrooms with a very long lifespan that make chem fuel. Timber shrooms, which are pretty standard. You've seen those before. Silocaps. So these things are new. The fungus gives off hallucinogenic spores. Sitting next to them is enough to produce mild hallucinations. Silocaps can be harvested and ingested to produce a vivid sensory experience that increases the user's mood. So a new drug. What's interesting is Silocaps' fertility and requirement and sensitivity means that they can grow just about damn near anywhere. Other plants unique to this biome. I think everything else, I mean, you have night versions of standard crop that should be familiar. So they're nothing special about those. And then you have willow gills. So willow gills are slow growing mushrooms that give off a soft light that can be harvested as well. And I think that's about the long and short of what the things you'll find in these shroom forests. But because it's never daytime here, it's also you know, a very useful tile to take advantage of if you're like a sanguiphage, because sanguiphages they're very UV sensitive, or alternatively, if you are like a darkness cult. Because darkness cults obviously don't like light. So I guess what I'll do is I'll harvest some silocaps for the funsies. It's not part of our drug policy, I don't think. No, wouldn't be. But we'll harvest some silocaps. And silocaps, if you're wondering, need to be, they're cold sensitive. So they should be in your freezers. Kind of like hops or Hewlett. We also got our Persona Core offer. if we called up Hatla. I don't have the silver for that, so we'll have to obtain some. So here's the drug. And safe dose intervals for adults, always safe. It's a social drug that gives recreation type. And it is addictive if, as you can see, tolerance gain per dose is 4%. So it's one of those, like, you can think of it as like dark psychite tea or something like that. And I just thought it would be fun to collect some. While we're here, I guess I'll harvest some boom shrooms. And then we'll make another hop. I'm not going to stay here very long because there's not much else to do. But we'll make another hop down. I guess I'll kill some toads. There's also megavoles. So megavoles are naturally occurring on these map tiles, and one of the advantages of the megavoles is they can be trained to dig. So they can be trained to mine for you, which is nice. Can you grow the new stuff? As you can see, not in the bills. And it's not like it's unfortunately not like a research thing like Double Strand would be. And it does, yes, have a chance to give inspirations. So, hey, good. Consume a silocap. So here we go. Having consumed a silocap, we have tolerance and hallucinations. So hallucinations lowers your consciousness and work speed, but can come with the positive effect of inspirations. So think of it as like psilocybin or something equivalent. The thing is, it's a really high, it's a really good counter for bad moods. So in Odyssey, if you are dealing with, if you're just dealing with like rough moods all the time, like hitting up a glow forest for some solid caps can be pretty beneficial. Because unlike Psychoid, which you would have to find a tile that has like wild Psychoid, any glow forest will have solid caps. They all will. So it's the most reliable way to find recreational drugs in Odyssey, provided that you visit, these map tiles. All right, so here's an obsidian sword. Melee damage per second, 14.5. And the big thing is the cut. So like 38 damage cut to an unarmored torso is nearly a one-shot. I think torsos are, what, 45? So in the case of Glitch, who's got some torso scars, his torso is at 32. So taking one cut from that sword to his torso would be an insta-kill. And a legendary version of these, their damage numbers go up so high that you can basically have the potential to insta-kill any human. That's why they're so scary. That's why they're so powerful. All right, I think we've spent enough once the party ends, I'll blast off from here. We've spent enough time in the Glow Forest. Yeah, and most limbs don't survive a swaying. Your neck is pretty vulnerable too. So if you have a bunch of brawlers, the new meta is to get a bunch of obsidian longswords, and if you have human supremacy, to get a production specialist pumping out masterwork and legendary versions of those. They're very, very scary. Yeah, it is crazy how high your melee DPS can get with these things. Which is why I batched 10, so if I can get a masterwork, that would be beneficial. Speaking of which, Ruinloth, I'm actually going to give him the leg instead of Puig. Because there's a lot of times where Ruinloft has to go do bloodlusty stuff, and having him have high movement speed can be really helpful. Or not. I know I didn't do it in the hospital room, but the thing is, my surgery success chance was over 100%, so it was just that 2% critical fail, unavoidable fail. So there goes an architect leg. That was a 4,000 silver mistake. RIP. Glitches 16 medicine, a region known master who botched something simple. Oh well. Well, let's blast off then. How's Soul Blader's flu? You're doing fine. Okay, so we wanted to get to the ancient garrison. We can't get all the way there, so what I'm interested in is maybe we can find a tile that has psychoid, wild psychoid, and that way we can top up our tea. So when we are dealing with the strawberry, when we're dealing with the Mech Hive, we have lots of drugs that we can rely upon for positive mood. So I've been also buying beer for that as well. I cannot, for the life of me, find psychoid out here, though. Smoke leaf! Not helpful. Cathlonon's making a mod that will help you search for this stuff, which will be awesome once released. Because, you know what we could do? We could try to go to the abandoned colony. There's a high chance that the abandoned colony has sown psychoid into the ground, like in the farm plots, and we can just wait for it to be harvestable. So maybe I'll do that. The magnifying glass won't search for those types of traits. So the magnifying glass here, if you're wondering, will only find psychoid plants if they also have some other feature. So there's something called features and traits. Features are these orange markers, which are like archipelagos or bays or whatever. So I could find psychoid if it also happened to be on a feature as well. But that would, so I guess there was one here. But apart from that, you're not going to find it. So traits, for instance, like boomlope habitat, can't be searched for. As you can see, this is not turning up a positive result for boomlope. This is because this is a boomlope habitat that also has other stuff. So the search tool does not search for everything. It only searches for these POI markers, which is a subset of all the features available. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Odyssey Grav Runners, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video, which you'll never read, because I know you don't. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Grav Runners.